Alright, in this lesson we will practice solving rational equations such as these. Alright, it will be very helpful to factor everything down as much as possible. So, for example, this is going to factor as v plus 2 times v plus 2. Obviously, this is the same thing. Alright, so we need to multiply by anything we have in the denominator. So I am going to have to multiply by v plus 2 times v plus 2 everywhere. So I'm going to multiply by v plus 2 times v plus 2. Okay, v plus 2 times v plus 2 and v plus 2 times v plus 2. Alright, the reason why I need two of them is because in one fraction I have two of them, so I'll need 2 to cancel them out. So this is the least common denominator. So now I'm going to cancel out anything that I can. So in the first fraction, both of the v plus 2's cancel out. So that's going to leave 6. Alright, in the second fraction, all of the v plus 2's cancel out. That's going to leave 1. Okay, anything divided by itself is 1. That's another way to think about it. In the third fraction, I have v plus 2 is going to cancel out one of the v plus 2's. But that's still going to leave v plus 6 times v plus 2. Guess I'll go ahead and show that for a minute. So it'll be plus v plus 6 times v plus 2. I need to double distribute this. So I'm going to have 6 is equal to 1 plus v times v, that's v squared. V times 2 is 2v. 6 times v is 6v. And 6 times 2 is 12. So that's going to give me 6 equals. Alright, combining like terms, I've got v squared. Alright, I've got like terms right here. So that's going to make 8v. Alright, I've also got like terms. I've got 1 and 12 are like terms. So that's going to make plus 13. Alright, I need to get 0 on one side, so let's subtract 6. So that'll give me 0 is equal to v squared plus 8v plus 7. Alright, let's see if this will factor. V squared is v times v. 7 can only be 7 times 1. And so that'll be plus 7 and plus 1. Alright, this is an equation we are solving, so we will go ahead and set these equal to 0. So v plus 7 equals 0, v plus 1 equals 0. Subtracting 7, I almost put x. Subtracting 7, we have v equals negative 7. Subtracting 1, we have v equals negative 1. Okay, so these are the solutions. Now let's mention the restrictions. All of the factors in the denominator are the same. V cannot equal negative 2 is what we'd get there. Okay, V cannot equal negative 2. Alright, that's the answer to number 1. Number 2, as far as factoring, we have this 3 times b minus 3, okay, GCF situation. So when I go to multiply, the factors I see in the denominator are 3 and b minus 3. So that is going to be my least common denominator, basically this. So I'm going to multiply everything by 3 and b minus 3. 3 and b minus 3. 3 and b minus 3. Alright, so let's see what happens. When I start canceling things out, Look, I think I'll cancel using highlighter this time. Everything that I'm about to highlight cancels out. So, the 3b minus 3 cancels out the 3b minus 3. Alright, this I already replaced. The 3 cancels out the 3, and that 3 cancels out that 3. Okay, so what I'm going to have is, on the left side of the equation I have 5 equals, alright, now these 3's cancel out, but I still have b plus 2, and I've got the b minus 3, alright, this red one, fuchsia, and I've got minus, and then b minus 3. So I'm going to need to FOIL this and distribute that. So I've got 5 equals, so I'm going to double distribute here, and that's going to give me b squared minus 3b plus 2b minus 6. And then I'm going to treat this like it's a negative 1 and distribute that. So that'll give me negative b plus 3 right there. Combining like terms, okay, b squared doesn't have any like terms, so b squared. Now, the b's, I actually have 3 of these b's. So I've got these two and this guy. Alright, those are all b's. So let's see, negative 3b plus 2b, that's negative 1b. And then another negative 1b, that's going to make negative 2b. So together, these three balance out to be negative 2b. And then I've got the, will this work? I've got the negative 6 and the positive 3. They're going to go together. So that's going to make negative 3. Then I need to subtract 5 from both sides. So that'll give me 0 is equal to b squared minus 2b minus 8. Now I'm hoping this is factorable. So that's going to be bb. Let's see, 2 times 4. I'll need a positive 2 and a negative 4 to make the negative 2. And I also get positive times negative is a negative. So I will say b plus 2 equals 0, b minus 4 equals 0. Subtracting 2 from both sides is going to give me b equals negative 2. Okay, adding 4 to both sides is going to give me b equals 4. Now let's take a look at the restrictions. Let's see. Based on this, I know that b cannot equal 3. Okay, so I'll just note that b cannot equal 3. Alright, so this is the answer to number 2. Alright, number 3. Let's do some factoring. So I'm sure this is going to factor down. X squared, x times x. Alright, 24 is 3 times 8. Alright, negative and a negative will make negative 11. Alright, this is the same thing. Okay, nothing cancels out or anything. So, these are my only denominators. So, that's what I'm going to multiply by. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to multiply everything by these denominators. So I'm going to multiply everything by x minus 3, x minus 8. Okay, these will cancel out completely, and these will cancel out completely. Alright, so I'm going to have x minus 3 times x minus 8 from this. And then I'll have minus 1, alright, because these canceled out. I'll just have my minus 1. And this is going to be equals x plus 3, alright, because the denominator canceled out. Now, I need to multiply this out, but I already know that I'm just going to get this back again, because that's where it came from. Alright, so I'm just going to copy this because I know it's going to be x squared minus 11x plus 24, then minus 1 equals x plus 3. Okay, we've got some like terms right here, so that'll be x squared minus 11x plus 23 is equal to x plus 3. Alright, let's get 0 on one side, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides and subtract 3 from both sides. So that'll give me x squared minus 12x plus 20 is equal to 0. Hopefully this will factor down. Xx 2 times 10 negative negative. So that'll give me x minus 2 equals 0, x minus 10 equals 0. Alright, adding 2 to both sides and adding 10 to both sides is going to give me x equals 2 and x equals 10. Alright, let's check those restrictions. Alright, looking at these factors, x cannot be 3, x cannot be 8. Okay, so that's it for number 3. Alright, on number 4 we have some factoring to do. So right here, GCF, we have b minus 1. Same thing here, we have b minus 1. So as I, let's take a look and see what's going on here as well. See if we can factor this. So this will be b and b, let's see, 4 and 1. And that's plus and plus. That doesn't really help anything. I was hoping something maybe would cancel, but since it didn't, it's really not helping me that I factored it. So I'm going to put it back the way it was. So now it's time for me to multiply by stuff. I only see 2 different factors in the denominators. I see b and I see b minus 1. So that's what I need to multiply by. b minus 1, b minus 1, b minus 1. Okay, so from this first fraction, the b minus 1s cancel out completely. So that's going to leave me with 1. In the second fraction, the b minus 1s cancel out, but it still leaves b. So I have plus b. In the third fraction, the b minus 1 cancels out completely, so that leaves me with this numerator. B squared plus 5b plus 4. I need 0 on one side, so I'm going to subtract b from both sides and subtract 1 from both sides. So that'll give me 0 equals b squared plus 4b plus 3. Now I wonder if this is factorable. B squared is b times b. 3 can only be 3 times 1. And positive will work. So I set these equal to 0. So b plus 3 equals 0, and b plus 1 equals 0. Now subtracting 3 from both sides and subtracting 1 from both sides. That gives us b equals -3. And this gives us b equals -1. Alright, now let's check the excluded values. The excluded values are 0 and +1. So x cannot equal 0, x cannot equal +1. Alright, so I don't have to throw out any of my solutions because none of them are excluded. So that's the solution for number 4. Alright, let's take a look at number 5. I feel like I should factor the top in case anything cancels, but I can already tell that nothing's going to cancel. So, let's skip that part. The only denominator is 5k minus 7. So I'm going to multiply everything by 5k minus 7. Okay, so in the first fraction, the 5k minus 7 cancels out. So that leaves us with 5k plus 5 equals. In the second fraction, 5k minus 7 cancels out. That leaves me with this entire trinomial. Alright, now here nothing is going to cancel out. So I need to double distribute this. And see that negative sign? The trinomial I'm about to get has to stay in parentheses. So I'm doing this. 3k times 5k, so that's 15k squared. 3k times -7 is -21k. Now 6 times 5k is 30k. Need more space. And 6 times -7 is -42. Okay, now I need to distribute this minus sign. So I'm going to bring everything else down. So I've got 5k plus 5 is equal to 6k squared minus 10k minus 4. Now distributing, that's -15k squared plus 21k minus 30k plus 42. So, time to combine like terms. Alright, I've got like terms here and here for starters. So I've got 5k plus 5. Now together, this is going to make -9k squared. Let's see what's next. Okay, so let's see, I've got -10k, and I've got all of this. So putting these three together, -10 and 21 is 11. Alright, and then that's 11 minus 30. That's -19k. Alright, and then I have, these are my other like terms. So this is going to be plus 38, putting those together. Now, let's get 0 on one side. Okay, should I bring everything over here? I really want my k squared to be positive, so I think I'm gonna move all three of these things over to the left. So I'm gonna add 9k squared to both sides. And I'm going to add 19k to both sides. And I'm going to subtract 38 from both sides. Okay, so that's going to give me 9k squared plus 24k minus 33 is equal to 0. Now before I go any further, I'm noticing that all three of these are divisible by 3. So I'm going to divide all of these by 3. You might think of it as a GCF, depending on how you were trained. If I pull the 3 out, if you think of it that way, that's going to leave me with 3k squared plus 8k minus 11. However, I can immediately divide both sides by 3, and these would cancel out, and 0 divided by 3 is 0. So you can do that in your head next time and just get 3k squared plus 8k minus 11 equals 0. Now, I don't know if this will factor or not, but 3k squared is 3k times k. Alright, 11 is just 11 times 1. Inner, I have 11k. Outer, I have 3k. I'm trying to get a middle of 8k. Inner plus outer equals middle. If I have a positive 11 and negative 3, that will do it. So there's my positive 11, and this will make negative 3. Also, a positive times a negative will give me a negative 11. So that's how you factor it. Now, 3k plus 11 equals 0. That'll give me one solution. And k minus 1 equals 0 will give me another. Alright, subtracting 11 from both sides and adding 1 to both sides. Okay, this will give me 3k equals negative 11. This is going to give me k equals 1. Now, if I divide both sides by 3, I get k equals negative 11 over 3. Alright, now let's note the restrictions. Okay, well I just have the one denominator, so 5k minus 7. So my restrictions will come from that. So 5k minus 7 cannot equal 0. So adding 7 to both sides, that tells me that 5k cannot equal 7. And dividing both sides by 5, I see that k cannot equal 7/5. Alright, and none of these are that, so that's okay. Alright, that's it for number 5. I'm going to go ahead and end this video right now. I hope this has been helpful. I will see you on the next video.